1 week before the COVID-19 pandemic struck the world, RFG Advisory hosted its annual advisor retreat from March 10th to the 13th on Captiva Island in Florida. Our guest of honor and keynote speaker was the great Dom Rosso, a veteran Navy SEAL Team 6 warrior and founder CEO of Dynamis Alliance. Bobby White, RFG Advisory's founder and CEO, has been training with Dom in his civilian warrior program for almost 4 years and still is today. Yet somehow Bobby knew instinctively that this was exactly the right time to introduce RFG advisors to Dom's training and his crush everything mindset. What we didn't know at the time when we sat down to record this exclusive interview with Bobby and Dom was how prescient this conversation would be. What's needed today more than ever in the face of challenge and uncertainty is a warrior mindset and a servant heart, exactly the values we embrace. We invite you to take part in this amazing and transformative series featuring Bobby White and Dom Rosso. Are you willing to do what it takes? So what is it that you have to do to be a successful independent advisor, to be relevant, to be helpful, to make a difference to your clients and to the industry, not just today, but 5 years from now, 10 years from now?
You know, we talked about in another segment about the average age of the financial advisor in the United States being 61 to 63. And this is a big challenge. This is a great question. Are you willing to do what it takes? Because there's two things that are the most important, in my opinion, to be a successful advisor now, 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. Two things. You have to embrace technology, number one. Number two, you've got to surround yourself by A players, period. There's no room, absolutely no room whatsoever for C players. You can have a B plus player around you on occasion because they get shit done. They get the job done, and you need them as part of your practice, but nothing less than that. That is so important. It doesn't mean they're bad people or anything like that, but you don't have the time. You don't have the luxury to surround yourself by someone that's not going to step it up and give it everything they got for you every single day. And then you got to be a better leader because you got to earn their respect for them to want to do that for you. So the people you surround yourself by, I can't preach that enough. You know, your team, people that's going to have interactions with your clients, and then the technology. Because technology empowers the team and you to be more successful. Okay, to be more balanced, to have more time to do what it takes, to improve the client advisor experience. With the right technology deck, the right technology deck and the right people, that can run your practice. Okay, day to day, you can set it and forget it. You have the ability where you can spend more time, deepening the relationships that you have with existing clients and prospective clients if you take advantage of, number one, investing in the right technology and investing in the right people. And spend the time with your team members and your stakeholders. Spend time with them. Invest in them. Because if you bring on an A player, man, what do you think it's like when they become a double A player? I look at it in the people that I surround myself by. We refer to it a little bit different. I refer to you and to Rick and our team here as A players a lot. But what I really talk about, you've got liabilities. Okay, you got independence, you got assets. I want to be an asset in everything I do, and I only want assets around me. Why? Because an asset, here's the difference. A liability is someone you're going to have to take care of, and you're going to have to watch after, and you're going to have to take care of them at all times. Okay, our children, we love them. We want to work with our children and make them an asset one day, right? Okay, we're not going to. But with the people you work with, you may not have time. Okay, doesn't mean they're bad people, but you don't have. If you want to be the CEO of your practice and not the COO, you've got to have this mindset. You've got to invest in the right people. So if they're a liability, you want to get them to an independent. Independent, they can take care of themselves. They're going to get the job done. You don't have to worry about those people. An asset empowers you. Okay. And if you're an asset as well, you're empowered around you. So people, technology, can't say it enough.
And now we take you to Captiva Island with Bobby and Dom.
If you're not trying to be the best that you can be, why?
Yeah.
I want to know why. What's stopping you? What's blocking you from reaching your full potential in everything? And like, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Mm-hmm.
How we sit here and do this interview and talk with each other and work through this is the same thing that we're going to do to apply when we go out here to crush a workout,
Mm-hmm.
or you go make a business decision, or I have to pull my gun out and save somebody's life. Like, it all matters. It's all connected. So put everything else that you can into it. That's the crush everything attitude. That's why it applies so much. Tell me what I don't want to hear, and I'll respect you more. It's like, okay, well, what does that mean? There's things that we don't want to hear, right? Everybody wants their day to be perfect. Everybody wants their day to go without anybody bothering them, no conflict. Just get me to my bed, get me to the end of the day. Let me watch my Netflix. Let me just have my 6-pack of beer.
No adversity.
So I can do it over again, right? And what happens with that is that you wake up in 30 years from now and you're like, whoa, what did I do with my life? What changed? Well, when you talk about love, when you talk about building the team, when you talk about that adversity, telling people what's hard to hear is so good for them. And it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks to hear sometimes. And it really does. Even for me, I'm like, oh, I know I need to change that. But change is difficult. And here's the one thing that I heard somebody say one time, that it was mind-blowing. People are more willing to change their beliefs than they are to change their habits. And that's such a sobering fact, because they are willing to manipulate their own mind and what they're fixating on to believe who they're actually becoming, instead of really confronting
Changing
who
the
they
behavior,
actually are.
their habits,
Right?
And
And
that's
that is
nuts.
so powerful to recognize ourselves, to say, I want negative feedback. Bobby, please tell me what I can do better. Please tell me that I can find a way to improve who I am. It might be discomforting at first, but guess what? In 5 years from now, what you told me is going to compound and make me way better than I could have even imagined myself.
Absolutely.
But you have to be willing to
You got to be
embrace
willing to embrace that, and you got to be willing to give that. I say that, and I actually learned this from another SEAL years ago before you and I met. The statement, get uncomfortable being uncomfortable and you'll never be uncomfortable again. And when the guy said that, I'm like, holy crap. I mean, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, he's absolutely right. If I'm comfortable being uncomfortable, I take that fear away. It's gone now. And so, when I'm having to have a difficult conversation with one of those 5 people, my kids and all that other stuff, it sucks, man. And you don't want to do it. You want to have that great day, but if you love that person to the point that you and I are talking about right now, you're not doing right by them by not bringing it up.
Yes.
And it's hard. It's hard, and it's going to suck while you're going through the conversation. But if you're that close to that person, you're both going to be better and stronger for it.
That's the key right there, is that when I bring up difficult situations, it's like, look, it's because I love you that I'm doing this. I see the path that you're on. Like, either you're headed for destruction, or not the best version of yourself, or you're not getting in the gym, or you're not eating right. Like, we know that's bad for you. Like, and I care about you. I know it's hard for me to hear. I know it sucks for me to have to say to you, you got to get your ass in the gym. You're slacking, and you're not doing the right things, and you're not healthy. Like, nobody likes to hear that. I don't like to hear that. Nobody likes to hear that. So,
because you basically just told me I'm acting like a loser.
do you? Yes, but I guess the question that you have to reflect to yourself is, do you love that person enough to the point where you're willing to be denied and rejected by them to say what they need to hear?
That's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining us. For more content like this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media.